Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Quanah Cockins, and you guys have been chomping at the bit to hear what we think about something that might have dropped that you might have noticed. I assume you know what I'm talking about, Stuart, don't you?
Yes, I do. There's a thing that happened the same weekend that I was doing a thing that was happening. And
I was away.
I was at London Comic Con. There was also a New York Comic Con, which is apparently bigger. I don't know. Anyway, they decided to release some trailers, and we got the trailer for the new Picard series, well, trailer 2, and another one as well. But we're going to be talking about the Picard one specifically today, and our general thoughts on it.
And we're going to be doing a full live tonight with both of us doing the full two and a bit hour live, looking at each shot, breakdown, what we think, full analysis. It's going to be really, really fun. So join us in at 5 p.m. GMT or 10 p.m. GMT. That's already now. 10 p.m. GMT or 5 p.m. Eastern. Come along to that. Both of us are going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And new things have been dissected by me in the prep for today's long filming session. So it's going to be interesting. But Stuart, what did you think in general?
I'm actually really stoked. There's a lot of cool things in it. There's a few disappointments in it, in my opinion. But you know, overall, it looks like something that's it's going to be interesting to see the way they weave this whole story together. There's some old callbacks and some really good stuff in there that and some stuff we called really when we talked about it earlier. So I'm looking forward to kind of breaking it down eventually. But overall, the trailer as a whole it's something I want to see. There's a few surprises in there for sure. So I hope it's a very, very good show. That's all I can say.
Did you enjoy this trailer or the last trailer more?
Honestly, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the few callbacks that I'm talking about specifically, but I don't know how much detail we want to get into on this one. So.
Well, I'll give my generalities if I can jump back. So I like this trailer. I think it is good, although I think the first one is so much more focused. This one, as I was watching it and then finished it, I'm like, okay, what am I meant to think? You know what I mean? There's lots of imagery, but it's which is good. A trailer should, in a sense, confuse you. If you tell away all the plot points, what's the point of watching the film or TV show? So I'm watching this and I'm thinking, okay, lots of things, but none of it connects for me per se. You know, obviously, some things do, but it is just like a look. We've filmed for another 4 months. We've got all these cool things. Like we know Jonathan Frakes just filmed. Just filmed. We know that very, very recently Patrick Stewart filmed in uniform, where he made the decision to, yes, I will film in uniform. Made the active choice to for a scene that just makes sense. That is you know, after Vegas they filmed that, and then it's just raw. Here you go. It's using the trailer, so it's very, very here is things, which is good. But I'm not necessarily got a cohesive vibe of what it is trying to be. You know,
I hear you. Yeah, it's like there's a little bit of fan service thrown in this one, I think. But if it suits the story and fits well, it can be good.
I mean, same with the last one.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. As a trailer, this was a good one to get. I would have loved to have seen this in Vegas personally, but don't get me started on that issue. I don't know. I mean,
what sticks out to you? Like, what things you really, really enjoy in this trailer?
Well, one of the things I really enjoy is something I called early on when people were asking us about it. Do you think you'll see a Galaxy class or the Enterprise E? And I said, probably in Starfleet Command where Picard is. Might be a picture on the wall or maybe a hologram, I said. And sure enough, there it was. So seeing that was great. Seeing the callback to the old uniforms was fantastic.
That was very special, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the one thing that really blew me away, which I did not expect, was the Romulan ship, the old new style. The new old style.
We had such a debate about that on the live last night, the first reaction live. That's the only thing in the trailer that stood out to me as right. Okay, there's so little reason for that. Okay, that's a very interesting, odd decision. Wow.
Well, I love it, and I got a lot of explanations for it and a lot to talk about
We've got a whole video about that coming this week.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of my least liked things about this video because it really stands out as a really sore thumb. Which kind of does the TNG uniforms at the start, because for me, I love it, and I think that's the most beautiful way to start the trailer, but it makes Brent and Patrick look so incredibly old in the uniforms. The contrast actually make like Picard, Patrick looks so much more weak and shrill in the uniform because it's such a broad. He hasn't got any power in it, and Brent, It's weird, whereas in the last trailer, he had Brent in the Nemesis uniform, which is, hey, confirms he's a I was about to say he's a ghost. He's definitely a dream, which we called or hallucination. And I guess we're gonna see him in both uniforms. Which if you've got Brent, if you've got flashbacks, have him be in different uniforms. That's awesome. Why not have him in TNG season 1? Oh, because Brent said no. That's fine. We'll put him in TNG season 3. It's the same uniform. And I did call we'd have some space shots because they take a while to make. Although we didn't get any good we did get to see the new hero ship, but we didn't get to see an interesting view of the hero ship. We're going to look at that, obviously, and I haven't actively dissected those stills until we do it properly, because I want to go with it through it with you. But underimpressed is certainly what everyone is vibing, but we haven't really seen it as a nice 3/4 in a beautiful poster, so I'm not going to reserve judgment till then.
Yeah, when I saw the hero ship, I was like, yes, a hero ship, and then it's like, that's it. We don't have a lot to talk about with that in regards to that, but we do get more of 7 and 9 as well, and some interesting what's going on things with her. So I don't know. There's a lot crammed in here, and it does what a trailer's supposed to do. It gets you interested. It gets you asking questions. It gets you looking forward to finding out what's going on exactly. So I think it was really well done, and I was very pleased to see it finally. I mean, the first one was fine, but this one was a lot better for sure.
Well, they just have so many more clips to show. They could present a much more broad. I mean, seeing Seven shoot the phase rifles is such a nice moment. It's and obviously, I mean, what a standout piece. And they're really, I think they learn from Discovery and how the backlash was. That the first trailer was a tease of, let's actually throw in visually consistent things. Let's throw in the people. Let's just show them. Because we all called out for things like that were needed. And in this trailer, we literally see Riker and Troy in their house, and we get a sense that, boom, there you go. It's like, oh wow, you're not gonna save that, okay. But it's so refreshing and so rewarding in its own. For what is a 7-second moment, whatever. It's just like a yeah. There is a moment that kind of had me tilt my head a little bit and go, I'm interested to hear what that's about. Is when he visits Starfleet Academy and gets the visitor badge, and the young guy at the desk is like, well, glad to see you back on your feet, sir. Like, what does that mean specifically? Was he injured? Did he, just because we were tired, being back? Is that what he's talking about? Because it's a younger guy. I mean, he'd know the legend of Picard, especially if whatever event made Picard leave Starfleet, could be what he's referencing, down and out Picard or whatever. So he's maybe, I don't know. Lots of things to talk about. And I called out in the live that this is it's Starfleet Command, not Academy, but in the non-release to the public, so take that with a pinch of salt. He was this black actor asked, we didn't know who he was, actively didn't know who Picard was, and there was a bit of backlash by fans saying that's absurd. He's not even one generation away from his fame. I mean, people know Kirk 200 years later, they're going to know who Picard is. But I think they might have re-edited because if you notice in this trailer, which is not a big indication, but where he says the dialogue, it's not his mouth moving, it's a cut back to Picard. So all they have to do to make this scene change would be on Picard, while the guy says, "Oh, good to see you, Captain," rather than, "Sorry, who are you?" And that one, I think they've changed that in the edit just to make it make more sense. So I thought that was quite a standout. But it fits better now in the narrative. It's like, "Oh, good to see you back," rather than, "Who are you, sir? You old-looking man." It's like, no, you know him. So I appreciate the re-edit.
Yeah, there also seems to be some numbered androids, which are just stacked up, probably based on, Dr. Soon's work, but apparently not sentient because they're not activated. They're not, so I don't know how they're used or what the situation is there. Again,
yeah.
A lot of questions.
I mean, they're wearing red jumpsuits similar to those worn at the prison colony. So that's the thing about these sorts of trailers. Everything is edited out of sequence, as of course it would be. I mean, there's a moment in the trailer we get finally get to see Hugh, which was never the most excited for, looking forward to bit, but that's still awesome to see. And he's running through the Borg Cube prison ship with Daj and Picard. And she's wearing the same prison outfit that she escaped, which was being escaped with in the other trailer. And we assume this was her escaping the first time round. But now it's obviously... This completely changes the time context of, implying that Daj was never in the Borg cube, because that was a clever edit in the first time. I said to you that maybe she was taken captive after the fact, so maybe she was never taken. Because we always think, because then everyone's thinking she's a Borg queen for some reason or whatever. But if she was then taken prisoner to the Borg cube and she has to then be rescued, then this would make a lot more sense. So it completely changes the potential contact.
And then there's a scene of him sitting with like an older gentleman having a conversation about, you sure you want to go back and do this? And the face looks familiar. I can't place who it is.
To me, it looked like Picard's brother. Honestly, that's what I got from, like, this similar face anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh, I didn't think that. I thought it was more like maybe they recast Lewis. Remember Lewis, who was doing on the Atlantis project to bring up part of the episode right after Best of Both Worlds, where he goes home to visit Robert, and his friend stops by and says, you want to join us on the bottom of the ocean? We're going to raise a piece of the ocean up to study it.
No memory of that, but that's awesome.
Oh, the Atlantis project. I'm surprised. Anyway, so I'm thinking that might be him, but it is a different actor if it is. And his name is Lewis. So, saying that now, calling that, hopefully.
Yeah, I just think that's like a neighbor. You make new friends when you're, on a vineyard and you just want to whatever. So that's just a mate of his to have some human Earth connection.
Then Vasquez rocks every time.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been on that very spot where that trailer is. Many people have, and it's like, why do you keep using them? Yes, I get it. They look alien, but anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it is a funny old. It's a funny old reference for this one, but it's nice to know we've actually been on the Picard set just 3 years earlier.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I never thought about that.
Yeah, we've been on Canon. We've got pictures, there. But yeah, definitely good trailer. And obviously, we're not saying everything, so we want to look at this on our live tonight and see what we think about things and do our sub video. So please do check in. We're going to try and do 2 videos every single day of different lengths, different topics. So tune in for those, see what we think. We've got new renders, new comparison pictures, lots of things. So do join in. But your favourite thing about this trailer, Stuart, was your just best bit?
Honestly, it's the Romulan warbird, or bird of prey. The Romulan ship.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a sucker for ships, and that one ties into a few that have come before, which I'll talk about later in a different video, and later tonight on the live as well. So.
Okay, well, I look forward to hearing your perspective on that then.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part?
I think for me, it's the implied clever integration of the older canon, because this, the TNG uniforms are unnecessary but wonderful. The Nemesis one, the previous uniform, unnecessary but wonderful. Having Enterprise D on the top, these aren't literally having. We're in a new era in the show and in real life, so you wouldn't necessarily see Galaxy classes flying around in the exact same way, but you would see them in legacy places or as memorials and such. So I appreciate seeing things, and simple thing is seeing the Borg dude hang down. The fact that it looks very, very correct in terms of Borg. Makeup feel. I mean, these things that, again, we've got to discover is such a bad showcase of how you can visually update things. Like, it's awful, really. And this is starting to tick those boxes of, okay, it's a different team, it's a different showrunner, and it's not rocket science. And the way they use Riker's nice, and I know it's all editing, but it's sometimes hard to fake everything with editing, So if this is like just nice integration throughout, if this is implying Brent's going to turn up in every costume he ever wore throughout the show in different contexts and wants to be in his fried tuck uniform because it's funny, no, I like the integration, and I actually really like them. One specific in trailer moment when Picard's yelling at the Admiral, I think that was really nice to see, because we say he shouldn't have to go all grey for the sake of, oh look, it's this modern Trek, it's dark. It's like no, you can. You might be doing grey actions, but they should be for bright white reasons if you're a good character, and corrupting Picard is a mistake, So that's if there's one little moment, I'd say that was that was nice to see, because last time we were kind of confused by, what it could have been.
Yeah. Lots to discuss, guys. So make sure you check out all the videos this week and our lives, because we're going to be going in depth on these. There is a lot to break down for these, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you. I'm sorry I missed the first reactions to it that weekend. It's just I was busy. I'm sorry. So it'd be fun to talk to you about them. So
yeah,
anyway,
lots
guys,
of little bits.
Yeah, put your comments down below, and make sure you check out the other videos this week, like I said. And the best way to do that is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video, as well as click the notification icon so you get notified when we upload these videos talking about specific things. So.
And of course, support us on Patreon, subscribe to this channel, support us via the lives, which we're doing every day this week if we can, and videos, of course. Like I said, that is important. The subscribe is, you don't know how important it is, but it really is. And other things in the link down below, the description anyway, for things you can do. Please do.
So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Hungs.
See you later.
Bye, guys.